Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to Path of the Prophets. Today, let's discuss healthy and ethical livelihood. So livelihood, these are the type of jobs that we work in order to derive a living or an income, in order to put food on the table, to provide for ourselves and our loved ones, and to share with society through sadaqah and zakat and so forth. So when we engage in a comparative study of the world's traditions in order to better understand how we have conceptualized about the human condition, what it means to be a human, to be a suffering being and to come out of suffering, to thrive and to live well and share with others, we will notice that Buddha Dhamma and Islam have a lot of very interesting points that we can reflect upon and some common ways of understanding the world, more than has been recognized thus far. One area that they share in common is a conceptualization of right livelihood or healthy ethical livelihood. And let's think about this for a moment. Now in Buddhism, they call it noble livelihood. So it suggests nobility, excellence, uprightness, excellence of character. Ethics and morality are insinuated within it. Now, when it comes to livelihood, historically, humans, we were originally gatherers. We went into nature and we derived our nutrition from fruits, vegetables, herbs, seeds, nuts, berries that we found in nature. Eventually, we started to eat creatures, fish, mammals, etc. And then we came into an agricultural era when we began farming the land, and we still supplemented with hunting and gathering. And we developed more and more increasingly sophisticated economies. And over time, we began to have individualized jobs and certain jobs within society, and specializations, I should say. And once there were specializations, then we had ethical and moral issues to consider that many of our philosophers and the prophets around the world discussed and shed light upon so that we could better understand what was going on. So when it comes to livelihood, the jobs that we work, we need to be, Islamically, we need to do work that is as pure and ethical for ourselves, for our bodies and our minds, and for others, for their bodies and minds as possible, and is pure and ethical regarding the ecosystems, the human ecosystems and the broader natural ecosystems that include other creatures. So we should not be engaging in any work that is going to harm other creatures, that is going to harm ourselves in any unjust ways. We should always minimize harm toward ourselves and others and maximize benefit toward ourselves and others in the most ethical and pure manner possible. So therefore, if we should not engage in, according to both traditions, we shouldn't engage in selling intoxicants. Automatically, people are going to think alcohol and street drugs. But we need to consider more broadly that there may actually be whole ranges of pharmaceuticals that are toxic to bodies and minds that we should not be taking into our bodies, nor selling or taking monetary benefit from. We also should not engage in trade and buying and utilizing toxic weaponry, things that could destroy and devastate ecosystems. So investment in landmines, investment in bombs, investment in nuclear energy, investment in chemicals that are going to go into chemical factories that are going to be emptied into human water supplies and broader water supplies and go into the water table, that is going to negatively impact plant life, flora, fauna, other creatures, other humans downstream. Or we shouldn't be engaging in in investing and participating in farming with genetically modified seeds. This is absolutely haram. This is, and the reason that it is haram, it is forbidden, is because it is impure and it brings devastation to other communities, not just now, but in the future, causing various illnesses and cancers and destabilizations, utilizing poisons that can cause neurological damage to ourselves, to other humans, to other creatures. These are forbidden. And we need to think about these things. We need to think about ethics as it applies to the work that we do. Also, if we are working a job that is requiring us to poison and toxify our bodies, then we need to consider that there are other ways of deriving an income. And if we feel that we are pigeonholed and we have such a specific skill set, we need to trust in Allah and know that we are not allowed to genetically modify our flesh. This is absolutely forbidden. That means that we should minimize and eliminate all genetically modified foods and substances from our body and our environment. And all poisons, anything that has the word "side" in it, fungicide, herbicide, pesticide, including things that are sprays, things that go into foods, etc., that shouldn't be in our environment whatsoever. We need to eliminate that because these are unethical and impure substances and they devastate humanity and the broader ecosystem. We are called to be caliphs of the earth. We are children of Adam alayhi salam. We are the protectors of all the ecosystems, of all flora and all fauna. We are to protect the poor, the widows, the vulnerable, the innocent. This is wide-ranging. That's why I'm saying that Sharia is actually natural law through a prophetic lens work. And we need to apply these principles broadly, including in the work that we do. And so if our job is asking us to compromise our bodily and genetic integrity, no. It's unacceptable, and that is wrong livelihood. It is unethical. It is impure. It is wrong, and we need to be more supportive and protect our communities and our families. And the Muslim world, we have more than enough wealth and resources. We need to actually develop a Muslim-made economy, and actually, this is a form of dawah, where we need to have the highest quality, purest, most ethical products, small batch, regional, localized, and in various ways. We need to be sharing dawah with people through making the best products and bringing the best services to others. And so right livelihood, correct, healthy livelihood. We need to think about these things very carefully. Please protect your bodily and genetic integrity and that of that of your loved ones, especially the vulnerable ones, the weak, the innocent, the infants, the children. Stand strong on this. Allah will provide a way. Do not rush and get something that will have permanent ramifications and take you out of humanity. Literally. Consider this very, very carefully, people. You are much loved and deeply appreciated. And I'm praying for you. Pray for the ummah. Pray for what we need. Until next time, assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.